It's pretty cool to see what's come from when we initially walked through the site. Man, it looked like something out of a horror movie almost. It was overgrown. It had sat here for, say, probably the good side of 9 or 10 years.
Asbestos everywhere, rodents everywhere, fire damaged buildings, and
it was pretty daunting thinking about the potential of purchasing it and what we could actually build here.
When we had it under contract, and then we're thinking, can we actually make this work? Can anyone make this work? Yeah. We're having a few beers at the pub with our architect talking through the design, and he said, boys, I think this site is a bit too big. And then Nick and I had another chat, and we were sort of on the fence, but then we could see the vision of, how cool it was going to look.
As we worked with our design team and started piecing everything together with the green spaces involved, and the thought of building all these nice new homes and creating more of a community, especially in the central city, is pretty special.
With the job of this scale, you've got to be here most days because there's a lot on the line, and if you're not here, the project can slip, and once it starts to slip, things snowball.
A lot of houses to build, which takes a lot of labour, so we treated it as though it was sort of 3 smaller sites. We had 7 different building companies working on the project, pretty much building a block of townhouses each, which meant there was no time wasted. I mean, we poured the foundations in March of 2025, and by Christmas that year, we'd had our final inspection on 75% of the homes.
I'm seeing the best inner city development in Christchurch.
I'm beyond proud of this project. It is unbelievable to see. The typologies change as you walk through the development. The cladding colours change, the materials change. We've got recycled materials which look pretty cool. It makes them feel like they've been built and sitting here for the last 50 years rather than built last year.
You see a lot of people walking and not using cars, and the bike sheds are pretty full. There's actually a sense of community in the development.
Every day I walk through it, I just feel absolutely stoked. Unbelievable for me to see just how far our business has come and what we're producing.
It's pretty cool to walk around and think, 12 months ago, we were putting 400 piles into the ground. Nick and I are walking around and being like, we've got a lot to do in 12 months, but let's just head down and get it done.
Us having a construction knowledge from actually working in the industry, we understand how to build houses from start to finish, as well as all these guys on site. We've been dealing with them for so long.
Everyone that worked on this site here has worked for us for the last seven years, and so they all get to know each other, and they're all actually friends outside of the building work. So
they're our friends, which reflects in the work that they do for us because they care just as much as we do. They've grown their businesses at the same time as we've grown ours.
The confidence in this project, once we actually got into construction and realised, hey, it's not as hard as we thought it would be, we looked to purchase something twice the size, which is Canopy on Deans Ave.
Canopy is just the next step for us. It's how we continue to evolve. Colombo Street was vacant for 10 plus years. Canopy's been vacant for over 25 years, so it's turning all of these green wastelands that have sat vacant for years and years into awesome, bustling communities, really. We want homes that will look amazing in 100 years' time, and I think cutting corners and going for the cheapest cladding or the cheapest fittings, that's not a way you should be building your houses. We want to be proud of what we're putting out there, and I want to drive past this project in 50 years' time and still looks just as good as when we built it, and be proud that we built that. So it's a bit of a legacy thing.